now because we have a very special treat. My name is Rika Patino, and I know we've been pre-talking a little bit, but I'd like to officially welcome you to this amazing call this morning. If a friend or family member invited you to be on this call, just thank them because they thought enough about you to want to share what they're super excited about. And, if you like what we love, then we can talk about working together. And if not, at least you'll get a chance to know what they're doing and what they're so excited about. And your time we know is very valuable. So we're going to get started right away. But what do want to share with you is today is a very, very special day. You see, when I was first introduced to the concept that you're going to see today, I was 24 years old. And I had done what everybody told me to do. They said, go to school, get a good education, work real hard, and life will work out great. Well, I was working 60, 70 hours a week. And in 1990, I was $40,000 in debt on a credit card just trying to keep up with life. And I was frustrated because I worked hard. And right about that time, I had the luck where my best friend at the time called me and said, you gotta see something, just like a friend of yours might have done. And I had the privilege of meeting a woman by the name of Sherry Sharman, who you're going to get a chance to hear from shortly. And what happened is that she changed the trajectory of my life. So when I said at the beginning of the call to pay attention, it's because every decision affects the rest of your life. And the decision for me to pay attention to this woman did change mine, not just financially from the success principles that she taught me, and so in business, I owned an advertising agency. I've been a realtor for 25 years, but also just in life. The personal growth I went through was tremendous. She taught me how to set goals, how to look for solutions, not problems, how to just approach life a little bit differently. And so I'm super grateful. So what I'm excited to say is that you guys are going to get a chance to hear about the company. But following that, we have a training that's happening today on goal setting, which is absolutely amazing. The gentleman who's going to be doing that training with Sherry Sharman, this is like a full circle moment. You see, he met her something like 20 something years ago when he was struggling financially too. There seems to be a theme here, doesn't it? He was struggling, didn't know how he was going to make it in business. He went to his training. She had no idea that this happened until just about a year and a half ago. And he sat in the audience and she coached on setting goals. And he went out, applied what she said, and has gone off to make millions of dollars. He's the number one money earner in our company. But that's what I love about it, is we go out, we do it, we document ourselves, and then we teach other people. We pay it forward. He has spent the last 20 years teaching other people how to go out and be successful too. And I think that is the coolest thing ever, that today we get to hear from both of them after they're done explaining our company. But to that part of it now, I'm excited for him to share it with you because there's nobody better to do so. He is, as I said, the number one money earner in a company. He is one of the co-founders. He has a beautiful wife and the most adorable little girl that's probably close to three. I met her in Vietnam on one of our trips. So adorable. But he really has a heart of gold. He really cares about supporting people and helping them become successful. So I'm really excited for you to get a chance to hear from Jesse McPherson.
Rika, thank you so much. And hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Christmas Kwanzaa. If there's anything you're celebrating, if you're not celebrating anything this week, then how about life? Or the new year, at least, that's coming up here. So I see we have a very international call here today, as we got people from literally all over, which is really cool. So welcome. I am not floating in the sky in Dubai with my background. I'm actually over here at my in-laws' place in Scottsdale, Arizona, and came back for the holidays to bring the family home. And then also we have our big kickoff for 2026 called Playbook here in Phoenix, Arizona in a few weeks. So, but hopefully everyone had some safe travels, had an opportunity to spend some time celebrating this incredible holiday that we've got here. And but also this is a the kind of the time between Christmas and New Year's for me is a very important time for me in my life, just because it's an area kind of reset, and kind of going, okay, very and being very intentional about what we want and where I want to go. And so we're going to spend some time on that here today, which I'm super excited about with my dear friend Sherry. But before we get into it, I do want to get a chance to share with all of our guests here today about our amazing club, our community, and our program called Viago. Now, To before I kind of jump into this information about our company and our community is just a little bit of background on me. So I'm currently living in Manila in the Philippines, where I've been the last couple of years. But originally was over here in Scottsdale for about 10 years, as I've been kind of learning the transition that's happened after COVID. And what I mean by that is this. Obviously, it's kind of like we have a pre-COVID world and a post-COVID world. And I don't know if you guys know we're not going back. I don't know if you guys know. So like the cat's out of the bag. All the cats are out of the bag. There's a lot of cats in this bag, in case you were wondering, that have changed a lot of the things that have happened when it came to kind of this isolation that we came out of, because humans, we found out, just don't do really well in solitary confinement. That's why it's one of the worst forms of torture in the world. And then we come out into this world, and it's like the robots are taking over, and artificial intelligence and everything that's happening right now. And I think burying our head in the sand and pretending like, hey, everything's just going to be all right is probably not the best strategy. And then there's a lot of people that are just hopeful. And again, I don't think hope is a good strategy either. I think it's maybe the beginning of intention, but really, I think with where things are headed, it's a very amazing opportunity for those to take advantage of some of the technology advances instead of living in fear of them or pretending like this isn't going to change things quite a bit. And so when we take a look at where, things are going, I've been super excited about this because, as Rika said before, yeah, I actually was a struggling, starving artist. They call us starving artists because we can't afford food. So I moved to Los Angeles when I was 17 to pursue an entertainment career, and that led me down a pretty crazy path. So I moved there to be a professional hip hop dancer, and since nobody ever believes me, I bring photos, proof. I bring proof. This was my dance company that I had. It was me and a bunch of Filipinos. I think I was Filipino in a past life. My wife is half Filipina, and our family's from there, and we're living over there. This is my wife Daphne. This is my daughter Phoenix on her 1 year. That was our first picture in Mexico. I think she's got 8 or 9 stamps in her passport. This was from Vietnam, which I know Rico was on with us as well. We love getting a chance to world school, our daughter, and getting a chance for her to really experience, things that are just, pretty crazy. But the reason why we're so passionate about this and getting people kind of, out into real life is because we just think it's one of the most important things you can do. And we did that by creating what we call the Ultimate Lifestyle Club, so called Viago. Now, what are we? We are a membership. And through this membership, I believe it'll be the most valuable membership that you will own, not just for the things that you save on, but more importantly, for the experiences that you create. Because when we look at life and we look back on life and we reflect back on life, a lot of people, there's not many people that are like, man, I wish I would have done a little bit more overtime. Most people are usually looking back on it, and the things that they cherish the most is doing things they enjoyed with the people they love. Now, one of our big centers here is getting outside of your house and into quality experiences. And one of the best ways we know how to do that is to travel. And we want you to be able to see this world before you leave this world. And so, with our membership, one of the first benefits I'm going to share with you is some of our travel benefits. The first is our Pro Search. This is like your online booking engine if you've ever been to one, I'm sure. Booking.com, Hotels.com, Expedia, Priceline, Orbitz, all those, right? Now, all of those sites, what they do is they charge per booking, right? So they go out there, find the wholesale rates, and they'll bring them to the market, and they'll up them from wholesale to whatever they can make off them, and then you book, and hopefully it's competitive rates, right? Now, with us, we go find the wholesale rates, but we don't mark them up 1 cent. That's right. When we find these rates, we pass 100% of the savings on to you, our members. And the reason we're able to do that is because we're a password protected website called ProSearch. So this is unlimited. So flights, cars, cruises, hotels, you name it. So give you an example. This was Caesar's Palace. Booking.com was 149 a night, so not even a premium weekend or anything like that. Our site was 101 a night. That's $48 off a night. That's 33%. So if you stayed for 4 nights, you save 200 bucks, right? Which probably lose on the casino floor, but maybe you get a free drink. We've got Miami, Florida, saving 100 bucks a night in Miami, Florida. You want to go to Glacier National Park and save over 30%? You can do that. Premium weekend at the Millennium Hotel in Times Square in the thick of it, saving over 50% off. Or maybe you want to save 50% off and see Venice from the water before it goes underwater, because It's shrinking. Well, it's not shrinking, it's sinking. If you if you've never been, I would recommend it. Um, but my favorite benefit, and by far, is our VIP escapes. This is something that we are very passionate about because these are our curated specialty trips that we create for our members. These are not on the market. So what we do is we go negotiate everything from the moment you land at that airport to the moment you get back on that plane. We want to create a peak life experience for you. And we get to do this in such incredible ways and be able to provide crazy value with it. So how it basically works is every dollar you spend on your membership gets converted into Viago points. Those Viago points, then you can in turn use on our discounted trips already. So it's kind of like you can reduce them further, like a kind of a prepaid savings travel account, basically. And so, give you an example of this. So, last year, December, we launched the company and we did our very first event in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. We had a few hundred people come to this as our kickoff. It was 5 days, 4 nights, includes round trip transfer to and from the airport, a welcome reception. This is an all inclusive, so that's our version of AI. It's not artificial intelligence, it's all inclusive. We had a sunset cruise, three-course farewell dinner on the beach, a foam pool party. We had a host. Everything was included for this for only $849 per person. This would normally be about a $1,700 trip. And the thing is, it'd be worth it at that, you know. But we get these amazing prices because of bulk buying power, right? You're buying a trip, we're buying hundreds or thousands of trips in certain cases, depending on location. And those points I was telling you about, you can use them to even reduce this down to only $6.99 a head. So this was an incredible trip, but now we've done hundreds of these reward escape programs all over the world. So we did one in Dubai last year. In fact, there's a group of people on their way to Dubai to do Dubai and do Egypt right now for New Year's. This is another big event we're doing in February attached to our kickoff playbook conventions for all of Europe, Africa, and Asia that is going to be there as well. And we're talking five-star accommodations at the Sofitel. This one, I believe, sold out already. I don't even know if there are rooms available. The convention, there is space available for, but our trips are just on it. We had a big event in Cabo last month, or not last month, this month. That was earlier this month. Man, it's been a whirlwind. Where we had almost over 800 people on that trip. Vietnam for 5 days and 4 nights for under $500, or the Philippines in 5 days and 4 nights, getting a chance to experience it. Or you want to go to Egypt and experience it. You want to go to Thailand and hang out with the elephants. You want to go to Czech Republic and experience literally Christmas over there. You want to go to Bali coming up in March. There's still seats available. There's still room available in this at this amazing trip. Or Puerto Rico, or maybe you want to go to Tulum, or maybe you want to give back with our volunteerism program, where we basically have partnered with Hug It Forward in Guatemala to be able to build schools for the kids down there, so you can go out there and not just make a difference, but experience the culture. And we always want to leave this world better than we found this world. Okay. Now, I also have something that's really cool. Announcing that is going to become available here. You're the very first to see this. Is another new partnership with Club Viago and Transform with Courage. Transform with Courage Boot Camp, which is a 5 day intensive transformational women empowerment boot camp that is going to be taking place in the Philippines. It is an incredible that is led by Lillian Ong and her incredible class living and women of empowerment. And this incredible boot camp, which is basically about reclaiming your voice, your power, your strength, and transformation, is an incredible opportunity. Now, they were doing these incredible empowerment events in Singapore, where she leads an international women's group in that area. She's a best-selling author. And so, but she was super excited to do it, not just with her transformational work course, but be able to do it with Club Viago style, and to be able to do it in an amazing location and experience it. This includes everything, all breakfasts, all lunches, all dinners, the transformation boot camp workshop, excursions. You're going to go swimming with the sardines. You've ever seen those pictures of the like millions of sardines and the waterfalls and everything? This is all included for your stay, including round trip, 6 days, 5 nights for only $899 per person. That's going to be the special Club Viago price that she's offering up on our website here shortly. So stay tuned for that. So we love to get out there, whether it's transformation work, whether it's volunteerism work, whether it's just getting a chance to experience the world and be able to do it with a group of people. We want you to go out there and start living 2026 to the best, to the max. So now that's the first part of the travel side. The second part is our benefits when it comes to our Be Well benefits, because we want you to have some peace of mind while you're out there. We have our telemedicine, which is 24-hour doctors on demand, where you get access to literally copay, no zero copay. They can get your prescriptions. You don't have to go down to urgent care, stuff like that. And it works great while you're traveling. In the US, we have our healthcare and health share options. Come get a quote from us, see what we can save you when it comes to those aspects. But my second favorite benefit is our member deals. See, we know that maybe you aren't a travel freak like me and you're in another state, another country, another zip code every other week, or more sometimes. But the average person may not be traveling as much as they want to yet. But we do know that they're spending money on a daily basis somewhere, whether it be restaurants or online or shopping or buying household essentials. And so we wanted to give you access to discounts at some of the biggest brands in the entire world through your membership perks. And so through your member deals, we have basically our own online search engine where you can get discounts shopping direct through these retailers instead of just going through the big guy, right? Now we're talking everything from discounts at concerts, shows, furniture, refrigerators, to something as simple as just going to the movie with your kids, like my friend Jared here.
Hey guys, Jared Ojeda here.
Jesse, you're muted.
The other day, we got two tickets, two popcorns, and two drinks. It would have cost her $74, but through member deals, it was $32. And this summer, we went to Paris. We had a airport layover tour. It would have cost us $129 per person, but through member deals, it was only $89. I just love member deals. A dollar saved is a dollar earned. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right, Jared. A dollar saved is a dollar earned. So, and taking the kids to the movies, I did it here recently, and it's like, how did it become $100? Like, how did that happen, right? So, and it's crazy. Now, we also believe what you put on your body and in your body matter. So, this is something that's really big for us. We want to make sure that we're giving people access to the best quality products, whether it be in personal care, healthcare, skincare, nutrition. And so, what's exciting in 2026, you're going to see a huge vamp of products inside of our catalog that are exclusive to us here at Club Viago, that you're going to also be able to use those points for, which is pretty awesome. Now, quick membership recap. So we give you unlimited access to our booking engines, our luxury VIP escapes at these crazy prices for these unbelievable experiences, our telemedicine, our daily member savings, which is going to save you much more than our membership. So what does it cost to become a member? Well, if you've ever been to a timeshare presentation, which I'm sure some of you guys have been, you know that those numbers usually start with 5 digits. You know, and yeah, I mean, you get it. What about, well, at least 4 digits, right? There's a comma. I know there's a comma, and and I'm here to tell you there's not. What I love about our membership is the ease and accessibility of it and the flexibility that it gives you. So to become a member here with our launch pack with Club Iago is only $450 one time. Never pay that again. That's your initiation. And then after that, with our launch pack, it's a $99 membership. What I love is there's no cancellation, no long-term contract. You pay for it, you have it, you don't, you don't. All right, no. But on top of that, I'm going to show you today how you can get access to it for free. That's right. In fact, many of you will never, ever pay your monthly membership, as we got some people that are in the chat raising their hands. But what do you get for that 450? Well, we're going to give you immediate access to everything I showed you. So every benefit I just showed you, boom, you get it. Second thing is we're going to drop 600 Club Viago points into your account today, which means that's like dollar for dollar, one to one. That's like $600 towards booking your next trip, whether it's booking your next excursion. So, and then also $100 each month on your membership. But at the end of 12 months, you see that last benefit over there. It says annual getaway trip. One of my favorite benefits is after 12 months of membership, we are going to gift you a getaway that you can use for lots of different places to massively discounted locations, but some of them at no charge for 7 to 8 days, 7 nights, hotels and resort stays at over 1,000 properties across the world. Now, what's incredible about this annual getaway is this is after a thank you after 12 months of membership, saying, hey, thank you for being a member. But what we decided to do was because, hey, December, it's December to remember. It's our 1 year anniversary. It's the holidays. And so Viago, in order to give back, said, you know what? Instead of waiting 12 months for you to experience your getaway, what if we could get you one now? And so they have a special promotion before now in the end of this week or the end of this month where they're going to gift you a getaway upon enrollment with our launch pack as well as after 12 months. So that's like 2 7 night stays. So it's kind of like what we would call a no-brainer here. So, and these are all over. You want to do a week in Orlando, Florida near Kissimmee, and go to Disney World. You want to do a week in Sedona, want to do a week in Scottsdale. I just left today the property that you could literally use your 7 night getaway resort for at the Links in our Villa Mirage, which is here in Scottsdale, which is a Hilton property. So incredible from opportunity. So here's what we do. We want people to live life amplified. We want people to go out there and start living now. That's why our tagline is let's go. It's not let's wait, let's think, let's contemplate, let's go. Like what are we waiting for? Like, come on. All right. And the business side of this is something I'm super excited. So I'm gonna kind of put a pin in that real quick and transition for these next few minutes to talk about the opportunity that there is to be able to position yourself with a company that has had double-digit monthly growth in its membership base month after month after month since we started. And this is just incredible for us because right now we are 1 year old. We're literally just had our 1 year anniversary 2 weeks ago. Now, why this is so amazing is not only have we got a lot of the kinks worked out in this beginning stage, but it's working. It's not only working, it's working incredibly well. And what we're super excited about is to see the growth that's been happening across the world as we have members now in over 40 countries that are enjoying the benefits of our club. But as our club grows, we're able to add more and more and more benefits. And so because of that, it's just going to kind of the snowball effect that's happening. Now, how do you position yourself in front of it? Well, you can become what we call a Viago brand ambassador for only $49 on top of your membership. So that takes your total to $499, right? So $500. Now, to becoming a brand ambassador, what does that mean? Well, this is a second aspect. So you have your membership portal, which gives you all the benefits I showed you. Then you have your ambassador portal, your business ambassador portal, which gives you an entire online system that you get from websites, replicated sites, back office, reporting, training, systems, tools. It's literally business in a box that you get to set up that you get to literally yield the power of your phone, right? You know how we have these little smartphones they call, I look, if it's not making you money, it's not a smartphone. It's a spend phone. It's where you're spending money. It's where you're spending time. And we want to turn this thing into a machine that works for you. It's like, well, why not? Like, so, and to do that, it's very, very simple. So you get your own replicated site. So you get your own affiliate link. And all of this is provided for you, which is unbelievable that you can have an international business up literally within 10 minutes of me finishing this presentation tonight. So let me show you how it works. Once you're a brand ambassador, we compensate you in a few different ways. Now, this compensation, okay, we have full detailed videos on this and you can see everything. I'm going to highlight two real quick so you can see how it works. The first is what we call a direct bonus. This is like a direct referral. So anyone that you refer to that membership that says, hey, I want that, you get $100 direct referral. That's so $100 per person. So two is 200, three, 300, so on and so forth, right? Now, super simple. We want to help you get to six. The reason why is once you get to six, not only have you earned $600, business is in profit mode, you got 600 Club Viago points, but you now have a membership that is covered by us. We pay your membership. So that means you don't actually pay for your membership anymore. So December of last year, I got more than 6 members. I've never paid for a membership inside of my own club, which is a pretty cool thing, right? So now if it's free, it's for me. So I love going out there and finding people who love our membership, and we reward you handsomely for that. You still get the points, still get the vacations, still get all the benefits. You just don't pay for it, right? Now here's what I found out. If you refer 6 members and those 6 people find out that they can get $600 in a free membership for referring 6 people to go with them on awesome epic vacations, some of them are going to do that. In fact, some of them won't shut up about it. So let's just say half of those 6, 3 of those 6 say, I want a free membership, and they go out there and refer 6. What's happened now is you now have 24 members a part of your network or your affiliate team. Now, why is this significant? Because you've unlocked our second type of bonus, which isn't a one-time direct bonus, it's a monthly bonus. The reason why we call this a residual is because what you're going to start earning is not just from the members that enroll, but the members that are active members every single month. This is probably the most significant part of the presentation. For some of you guys that understand it, you are like, oh, duh, obviously. But if you have never experienced a residual dollar, I promise you a residual dollar is different than a normal dollar. And if I could, if there's some people I just want to shake them because when you really understand how powerful it is, I think you'd run through a brick wall to get it. Because Warren Buffett, I think, said it best. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. Trading time for money, most people have woken up to realize like we're just not in the industrial revolution anymore, where there was safety in numbers and it was like go work for a big company. You can work 20, 30, 40 years, retire with the gold watch and the pension and live out your golden years. And that is not the world we live in anymore. I mean, are you kidding me? Like Gen Z doesn't even believe in a thing called Social Security, right? So my generation. So if you believe in it, you're probably. By the way, Santa. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know if you've heard. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, guys, let's wake up a bit here. Now, why is this so significant? Because I meet so many people that are so tired. They're so tired. And what I mean by tired is there's not enough time in the day to work as many hours as I need to make enough money in order to really support my family or support my hobbies or support my passions or support my time off or support my leisure time or support. So it's like I work, I pay bills, I work, I pay bills, I work, I pay bills, and I die. Like, what are we do? What are we doing? What are we doing? Right. And so because of that, I see so many people that have no idea that there is a different type of money. And so for most people, it's like making more money. It's like, oh, if I need to make more money, I need a second job. And it's like, well, no, you need a different type of money. You need money that follows you around instead of you having to go find it. And so let me show you how that works. When you build a membership network here of people who love our membership, and you refer members who refer members, our ABS system tracks all that, which is what's provided for you with our ambassador system. And so we have a what we call a dual team or a binary. It's a fancy word for two. So when you refer members, they go into one of those. And as they continue to refer members, our system tracks all this. And based on having active members in your network of 25-25, now we're going to pay you 500 monthly. 50-50, 1,000. Now some people say 100 people. That seems like a lot. It's not that. 10 refer 10, that's 100. Like, and some of you have that one person who knows thousands. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? So, and through this, $1,000 a month is not a bad little extra side gig, for most people. Now, 1,000 a month for some of you isn't going to get you out of bed. Well, what about $1 million a year? Like, because as this thing continues to expand, we don't need you to finish it. We just need you to start it. Help us kick this ball down court. 2026 for some of you is going to be a year that you are going to get into a different tax bracket. So because the amount of income that's going to be coming in from your part-time thing. Now, from this, as this continues to grow, what's super exciting is this is what got me my freedom. In my when I was introduced to online businesses, it was 2002. I was 19 years old. I was teaching dance classes. I wasn't even making $1,000 a month. I wasn't trying to make millions of dollars. I was trying to be able to get to the end of the month without calling my mom. I was trying to be able to put a full tank of gas in my car. That's what I was trying to do. Some of you guys you guys know what I'm talking about. Where you're like strange, you're like searching through your little the thing in your center console to find the extra random ones and change to see how much that you could put into gas for the day, for the week, right? And so but what happened was they didn't teach me how to make money because I was like, show me how to make money. And they're like, Jess, we're going to show you something better. We're going to show you how to make time. And they asked me a question I'll never forget. And it was that, how would you like to get paid? This was 2002. How would you like to get paid in 2007 for the things you're doing in 2002? And I was like, well, yeah, duh. And so let me ask you, how many of you want to get paid in 2030 for the things you're doing in 2025? Right? I mean, come on. And that's not an outrageous, that's not an outlandish thing. I'm getting paid in December of 2026 for the things I did in December of 2025. In fact, a lot of the income, I've been living off of a residual based income now for over 20 years. I've been working from home for over 22 years. I had an opportunity, and I'm not saying all this, I'm not saying this to impress you. I am not that impressive. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm in the shed. I can be sharpened, but you get what I mean, right? So, and what I'm trying to get is for most people, it's not more money. It's just a different type. Like, think what you make right now. If you make 2 grand a month, 4 grand a month, 5 grand a month, 10 grand, whatever you make right now. But that money came in every single month on the first of the month without fail, but you never had to work for it. It just showed up. Would life be different? And people will say almost all the time, well, yeah. I was like, so you have no more money, but your life has changed. What's different? So it's not the amount, it's the type. If you gotta go always put in, clock in for it. Sorry, I'm like I know I'm like beating this horse to death, but I'm just so passionate about this subject, especially around this time of year as people are evaluating 2025. How many people contributed to your income in 2025? If it was just you, change that for 2026. Change it. Change it. And it's not that hard. So, right now, here's the thing I always look at. They're like, well, what if it doesn't work? Okay, right. That's, it's a good question. What if it doesn't work? If it doesn't work, you go on an 8 day, 7 night vacation. You go use your 600 Viago points. You don't tell anyone about it, and you still win. All right. So that's like worst case scenario from us. Now, I love it because we pay every single Friday, Saturday, depending on where you are in the world, with our Viago Pay online system. Once it's here, you can transfer to your crypto account, your bank account. You can get your own card from us, which is awesome. And then our training. We're so passionate about this because I believe that education is what can unlock your life. So, but a lot of times formal education might teach you how to make a living, but self-education will make you fortune. And I think you can learn from our online apps, our trainings, our inner circle, and our live event system. We have an absolutely incredible event coming up here in Phoenix in a couple of weeks called Playbook, where we kick off the new year. And then we have a huge Playbook event in Dubai for all of Europe, Africa, and Asia. So I hope that you can attend one of our live events. They are truly transformational. So getting started, $4.99. That would include the membership and the ambassador, both of our systems. So, okay. And then the promotion that we have right now is included in that as a getaway. So timing of where we sit is this. I always recommend is this. The faster you can get started, the more exciting things can be. So I want to kind of wrap this up here real quick and just get a chance to introduce a couple of our members that have experienced our membership and the benefits of our business system to kind of share a little bit about their experience before we go right into some of our training and get you really prepared for 2026. So Rika, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Ah, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Um, and I am actually going to ask Shar, who is my amazing partner in crime, to share. You know what? We were out to dinner a half hour after we met each other in Dallas about a year ago. And so that's what I mean. We just were instantly friends. And Shar, if you could just share your experience, please.
Thank you so much, Rika. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Shar. I'm currently in Centennial, Colorado. It's South Denver area of the Colorado Rockies, and Cabo is behind me because Rika and Sherry and Jesse and a bunch of us just had way too much fun earlier this year. All of that because back in a time when I was serving in the military, practicing trauma ER medicine and training for the Olympics as a US Olympian, I met a friend of a friend, and my life was really chaotic outside of those very busy professional things. In fact, I was diagnosed with life-threatening cancer all in the middle of that and had zero idea if I would even make it, let alone have my life put back together so that I'm here today in the flesh with each and every one of you to tell you that all things are possible. I had zero idea that all of those kind of things could happen. So when my friend that I was watching for a long time called me and shared what you just saw, I absolutely knew that I needed to jump on board and say yes. And you'll notice that the picture behind me just changed because this was a beach in Vietnam, one of our escapes as well, where Rika and Sherry and Susie and many of us on this call were there together. We kept being told to go to the beach for sunrise between 4:30 and 5 a.m. And when I finally went, wow, it blew my mind what I witnessed. You see the locals, and I mean everybody, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, kid, I mean, everybody came down to witness this. Some got in the water right away. Others began to stretch, and still others in small groups did Tai Chi. And as soon as the sun came up, and this is a picture from our cell phones, you can see it behind Rika too, it was like poof, and they were all gone, leaving just us tourists standing there wondering what happened. And for me, it was like a full circle moment in a spiritual kind of way. And this is what I heard is that, Shar, why is it that so many people wait until trauma or tragedy strikes before they're willing to do life differently? They're willing to say yes and get off their assets. See, for me, that crazy journey called cancer took 20 years of my life and took my life twice. I've literally died, gone to the heavens, and I'm back here today. So I don't know what blessing you've been praying for. I just believe that you're here for a reason, and we probably have all the answers. So until I can meet you on a beach, on an escape, or in Phoenix at our incredible event, let's go, Viago. Rico, back to you.
Thank you so much, Shar. Like, it's so funny. Who says this when you think about it? She's like, oh, we were just in Cabo. And before that, we were in Vietnam together. And it's just like, last time we were in a pool together was in this place. It's amazing. I never thought I'd have this lifestyle. And then other next person that I'd like to go to is my hero, Willie. I know he's everyone's hero. I'm trying to kind of claim him right now, but I would love to have you share your story, Willie. Are you there? Could you do that, please?
Yeah. Hey, Rika, thank you guys very, very much. Shar, as always, Queen, love you. Can't wait to see you. Jesse, appreciate everything that you're doing for us. Hey, everyone, my name is Willie Myers. I reside out of Woodstock, Georgia, retired from the United States government. Listen, what you've seen in this platform, what you've had the opportunity to kind of go over is real. The training, the trainings that we have, the trips that we have, the savings that we have are all real. But the reason why I said yes to Viago is because many of the folks that you see on the screen, I kind of tease this a lot of times by saying we have a group of people who have nothing else better to do but then travel the world. But it's true. But another major part that we have is we have a heart. We have a group of people, a community that want to surround themselves around you and just they want to see you succeed. See, it was 11 years ago that I was critically injured overseas. Woke up from a coma, was told I was never going to walk again. I've got limited mobility to my arms and hands, and I got to use a stylus at times when I want to type a message or send a note. But instead of looking at my disability, looking at that as an excuse, as a reason why I couldn't do Viago, I accepted it more so as a challenge. And I went to work. I surrounded myself around these folks. In a sense, I got out of my own way. Okay. So I've reached second level of residual income. I hit my club 6. My membership was free. So listen, I'm not sure where you are with this. I'm not sure if you're questioning it. Is it real? It starts by saying yes. Get back with the person that invited you. Come on board, and we're going to see you at one of our amazing escapes around the world, or we're going to see you as you go after your own goals and you cross the stage, and we get to celebrate you at one of our major events. So, Rika, everyone, thank you so very much for the opportunity to share. Great Saturday or Sunday, depending where some of you are. And let's get this. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much. And one thing that he did not share is we actually, when he was actually had ranked up, I think we were in Ohio, was it? I forget one of the trainings, and he actually walked across the stage. And if you could hear how loud that room was of supportive people, and you see, because we support one another in everything in life, not just our business, and which is pretty amazing to be surrounded by people like that. And Sherry asked me to share a little bit briefly also about my story. And as you know, I was introduced to this company by Sherry Sharman. And at first I was just really excited about traveling with her because my husband and I'd love to travel with her and her husband. But see, I'm a realtor. I've been a realtor for 25 years. And the reality is I'm only as good as my last deal. January 1st is coming around, and it doesn't matter how hard I worked, how great of a year I had, which I did, I have to start all over again, and I'm going to be 60 in March. And I thought, how long can I keep up this pace to maintain my lifestyle? And so when I looked at the compensation plan in detail, I'm a numbers person and I dissected it. I was blown away. And very quickly, my husband and I got our club 6. And when we became residual earners and have been ranking up, and it's just been so fun. But the greatest part is now people that I care about, my friends and my family and my new friends that I've met through this company, we're helping them do the same while we're traveling the world together, having a blast, making a difference. When we get our finances out of the way, think about what else we could be doing. And so come join us. We're having a blast. And I'm just going to throw it back to Mr. McPherson. Is he?
I'm ready. I'm here. Absolutely. All right. So, guys, look, it's one of those things where I just want to go over a little bit here on getting started. So, today is our Saturday scoop. It's December 27th here. And this is our last Saturday of the year. So, this is a special one for us. And we have a blitz of calls that's coming up here to help us close out the month and close out the year. Because in order to get your free membership, we want to make sure you have 6 active members each month or in this month. So that way, January, there's no charge for you, right? So we want to focus a little bit on that here and setting you guys up. And Tuesday, we have a special Blitz Day where we're going to be doing presentations, live presentations like the one you just saw, literally every couple of hours for you to invite people to, right? So, and then at the end of Tuesday, is at Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to go in depth into kind of really setting up your plan for 2026. So today we're going to touch on some of that stuff, and then we're going to go in detail on that on our One Big Team call on Tuesday night. And I might be able to, sneak in a few secrets that are coming in 2026, which could be cool for you guys. But one of the things here is for our guest here and for everybody is this: whether you're new, this is specifically for you. If you're not new, this is specifically for you. And the reason I say that is one of the things that happens a lot of times is people allow past scenarios, situations, or experiences to get in the way of future progress. And what I mean by that is a lot of us are holding on to a lot of what I would call baggage, right? So I don't know if you've ever gone to the airport, you check your bags and you get there and you pick them up again. Well, for some of you guys, I want you to think about this in a little bit of different context. Is I want you to check in your baggage for 2025, but I don't want you to pick it up in 2026. Just gonna be like, I'm just gonna leave that shit here. So like, no, I'm not taking that with me on the journey. So, and the reason why is because a lot of us have been holding on to certain things. I was having a conversation with somebody that is a new leader that I'm working with, and he had a really honest and vulnerable conversation with me, and he was like, you know what? I got to get rid of this bitterness. And he's like, I'm bitter. And it was a real honest moment where I was like, well, what do you mean? And he was just like, I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm taking it out on but this potentially amazing opportunity that I have here with Viago, and I'm taking kind of my bitterness and angry out on certain things when it's really just my past hurts. Right? Where I feel like I've been taken advantage of, or I've been run over, or I was misled, or I was oversold, or I was overpromised, or I was over this or over that. And I'm, because I told him, I was like, what is like this sense of anxiety or this fear that you're running into? And he's like, I gotta let this bitterness go. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I was like, I think that'd probably be a good thing to leave in 2025. And it's one of those things where when we're looking at it is, okay, what else am I leaving? For some of you, maybe it's leaving procrastination. Maybe it's one of those things where how many of you guys are like, I know what I should be doing, but I'm not doing it. Honestly, like how many of us have some of those things where we're like, man, how do I get myself motivated, right? So, and usually what it is it's you're not lazy, you're just uninspired. So and it's like it's one of those things where it's like how can I create this juice that gets me out of bed, that keeps me up late, that gets me up early, that's something I'm excited towards, that I have a future that I'm running towards. And it's one of those things where they say, you don't get old because you stop dreaming, you stop dreaming when you get old. It's like when people stop dreaming, it's like game over. And they say when your memories are more dear to you than your dreams, you're like already half dead. And it's like, what, that concept of going, like, I want to have more, do more, experience more, and having something to look forward to and having something. So a lot of people believe that who they are in the present moment is made up a lot of times of their past circumstances, past things. And although a lot of those things have shaped who we are here today, what really determines who we're acting as in the moment isn't our past, it's the future. Now, why does it seem like the past? Because most people just put their past in their future. They're like, you know what? The future is going to be the same as that crap. And it's like, it is if that's what you think. So you are painting this canvas into the future. And for many of us, it's time for us to get a blank slate, get a blank clearing, and go, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to check some stuff here, and I'm not bringing it with me on the next part of my journey and my next part of my life. And I don't know where you are, whether you call it turning a page in your chapter or throwing that book out and starting a new book. I don't care what it is, but you have an opportunity to reset. Now, whether that means you're day one here in Viago, right? Getting started here today, or whether you are day one in Viago, getting started today. I'm going to say that again. For those of you guys, if maybe you've been around us for the last year, but there's been this like failure to launch. You guys know that movie, right? Right? Where it's like, kind of failure to launch. And it's like, and some of you are still beating yourself up over it. And it's like, how's that working out? I, I mean, because and I know because I'm good at it too. Like just like Self Beaters Anonymous Club, just beating the crap out of myself for, should be doing more things, right? But I can do nothing for you about what you didn't do in July. Nothing. Like zero. Like, and either can you. So the idea of this is just to go, you know what? Blank slate, let's go. December 27th, 2026 is day one. It's either one day or it's day one. This is your day one that you have an opportunity. And it doesn't have to be January 1st. You get to decide at any point in time how you want to set your sail. And I want you to set a better sail this year than last year, this week than last month. All right. So, and those, that conversation is what we want to dive into here today, is really making sure that you have something where you're going, I know where I'm going, I know who I'm going with, and I'm super excited to go on the journey. I know it'll be challenging. I know it'll cause me to stretch. It's going to force me to grow, but staying here is no longer an option. I'm not going to stay in this because that stagnation is death. I'm telling you, progress is where we experience happiness as human beings. And I want you to see something where it's like I'm headed somewhere. And not only that, I'm doing it with a group of people that are going to be there to celebrate in my victories and help me up in my setbacks. Like that is an amazing, amazing community. So for many of us, this is not a business for us. It's so much more than that, like so much more than that. And when people get around it, they're like, "Oh, I signed up because I just wanted to go on epic vacations or whatever it is, or I wanted to save money on my household stuff, or maybe I wanted to make a couple $100 extra on the side." I didn't realize that I signed up truly to transform almost all the areas of my life. And so we're super excited about that now. But to help me with this training, I want to bring in my dear friend and mentor, who is going to be sharing with us some of her thoughts, and we're going to kind of go back and forth and kick this back and forth, as we really want to prepare you for 2026 and this first year. We had an incredible first year. Well, not without its challenges, not without its hiccups as anything, but man, to see the progress that's happened in the last 12 months, I'm so excited to see where the next 12 months is going to take us. And I'm so grateful for all of you that helped create the foundation and help co-create the beginning of our community here with Viago. And the event that we just did here in Cabo was a really good inclination of what it is that we're doing and the direction that we're headed. But this woman came to our event, our launch event in Vegas just over a year ago, as we were preparing to launch Viago, and really came as a recommendation, as a support from a dear friend of hers and one of her mentees, to come take a look. And when she got a chance to see the culture, see the community, and meet the ownership, and see the vision of what we wanted to create, which was far beyond just travel, but was really building community and really building and creating a safe space for people to grow, to learn, to experience. I know that there was a part of her that just went, you know what? I don't want to miss out on this. And more importantly, I want other people to be able to experience what it's like to be in an environment like this. And part of the reason why is because she is so, so, so good at identifying talent and bringing it to light, but then putting people in the environment for them to win. And so creating that environment is something that she has been magical at, of seeing people, because she was the beginning of my process. In 2002, I was at an event at the Long Beach Convention Center. And at that event in 2002, there was a woman who walked the stage, and she came out and she talked about being your fairy godmother. And when she talked about being your fairy godmother, it was this idea of going like, if you could ask your fairy godmother for anything, what would it be? And it was like, take off the governor, right? Take off the judgment, take off the realistic side of yourself, right? And just dream. If you could have anything you've ever wanted to own, have, create, do, experience, learn, absorb, everything, and you could be granted, like, like from your fairy godmother, what would it be? And that was a life-changing experience. Now, here's what's crazy. We just had the memory pop up from this event from August of 2002, and the picture of her when she hit the stage. And this was my fairy godmother right here Sherry Sharman, who came out, where I did my very first goal setting workshop or goal setting seminar and wrote down my very first goals really in life. Um, and which was unbelievable. So she truly is like my fairy godmother. And I'm so grateful that she's here and going to be spending some time with us on our Saturday Scoop. So, Sherry, come and talk to us, girl. Well, how you doing? What you doing?
Well, happy last Saturday of 2025. And for some of us, we're celebrating the year. For others, a lot of people, have had a hard year. This has not been, and for any of you, I know there's some people out here that are from Singapore, and it's the year of the snake in Chinese calendar, and that was a year of shedding. That was getting rid of your skin so you can grow in this year. So for all of you that are on here, I've gone through every single name that's on this call because this tells me so much of your character that you showed up. You showed up for the last Saturday Scoop, and for a lot of you on here, you're guests on this call, so you're probably going, wow, this is more information than I expected. Well, we're different. We are a community of people, like-minded people that want you to succeed in a way you've never succeeded before, because you're going to get support like you've never had before. And, Jesse, I don't know if you know this, but my mom is on this call. And when
Stop it.
people say to me, they go, Guy, you're so good at this business, or you look so young and all of this. Well, I always give credit to my mom because my mom is turning 93. And I'm Sharman. We're all sending you lots of love. Thank you for joining us on our last Saturday Scoop of 2025. And why I'm so excited about this call, especially for the guests that are on. I don't know if you've ever had people being back to back with you in life. And that is very important to me. Who has your back? Who is the person that if you have a challenge, you pick up that phone? I did that with Shar last night. We had a great conversation. We ended our call in prayer, and these are the people, Rika, whenever I need something, I know that she's going to be there. Mazaffer, Jesse, we have an upline of people that have not only made millions of dollars in this industry, they're some of the best trainers I have seen. And I've been in this industry for almost 4 decades. And my mom's been the wind beneath my wing the entire time, besides being my CFO. She's been one of the top people in the industry. As a woman who was a secretary, and driving a Ford Fiesta, when she got involved in this industry, not only was able to earn a strong 6-figure income, but she was able to pay for her house. She still lives in the same house she's lived in for 60 years, and you look at the lifestyle. And Jesse, when you were talking about, just some of the key points, I had my mom on because my mom was also Tony Robbins' personal assistant. So she's on this call right now. And I know Tony is a big, one of your big mentors, Jesse, but I saw her smiling so many times you were sharing information because it's the truth. When you get the truth and it hits you and it makes you smile, you're on the right track. And that's what we're going to talk about today is Jesse and I are going to really, really set the stage for 2026, but 2025 isn't over yet. We still have time between now and midnight on the 31st when most people are out celebrating and drinking and looking forward to it. We're going to finish strong 2026. You could be brand new right now and get your Club 6 done and never have to pay for a membership. That's what we're going to be doing. Jesse already shared with you. We're going to do a blitz. We're going to be doing presentation after presentation after presentation. All you need to do is get good at inviting. And Jesse, you're a master at that. I love how you teach people how to invite people to get on these Zooms, because there was a time we had to go rent a hotel, we had to bring all the equipment, we had to, sign people up and all these different things. And back in those days, I actually, Mom, you remember we had to mail in applications. We didn't have all these things that we have now. So Jesse, will you share with everybody how easy it is to invite people to start their own business for less than $500 and be able to not have to ever pay for a membership? I mean, that is a key thing. I don't care how much money. There's some successful business people on this call. I don't care who you are. I don't like paying membership fees. I don't like paying it for the gym. I don't like paying it for Netflix. I don't like paying it for anything. I like that I've never paid a membership fee with Viago, and yet we've traveled all around the world in the last year. So I'm going to turn the call back to you, Jess. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? So this is one of those things that's super exciting. So let me give you a few tips here, and then, Sherry, I think it'd be really fun to kind of even share some of the kind of the shortcomings, because I can talk a little bit about what to do, and that's fun and easy. But for the most part, a lot of the training that we get here is what not to do, not what to do. And and one of the things here that is almost a little bit awkwardly backwards for a lot of people is the fact that usually in most things in life, if you want to be wildly successful, you have to be the expert. You are the expert, right? In fact, it almost feels weird to not be. And that's a normal thing, right? So if you are a realtor, for example, and you wanted to sell your house or buy a house, and you went to the realtor and you were like, hey, you asked them a question, and they were like, well, I don't know, I'm new. You'd be like, well, you're not my realtor anymore. You know what I mean? Like that would be that would be very strange. If you walked into a store where you're expecting to get some kind of service and you ask the person and they're like, "Well, I don't know. Let me introduce you to my supervisor." Like I really want you to think about this for a quick second on how kind of backwards this is and why a lot of people feel like I got to know everything before I get started, which isn't true. And I want to share with you guys how you can move very fast with our system when you understand your role in the system, right? So now, when you understand that, it's really powerful in the very beginning when you get this. Because, like, again, let's say you work at a clothing store, it doesn't really matter, right? And a prospect comes in, a potential sale comes in, and they ask you a question, and you're like, that's a good question. Hold on, let me get my supervisor. And you go to your supervisor and you introduce this person, and you're like, supervisor, this is my, so and so supervisor. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Right? And then the next person comes in and they have a complaint. Maybe they have an objection. And they were like, da 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 da. I have a problem with da 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 da. And you're like, that's a good problem. Hang on, let me get my supervisor. And you go get your supervisor, right? And then you get your supervisor and you go, supervisor, this is problem, this is supervisor. Okay, problem. Oh, supervisor. Right? And if you did that with every person that came in, eventually, what would your boss probably say? Listen, do your job or you are fired. Like, fired, like, get out of here. Like, what are you doing? Like, leave me alone. That's not my job. Now, here's the weird thing about us. That is your job. Your job is to be the middle person. You are not the message. You are the messenger. And when a new person gets this, now people say, well, how's that going to work? Eventually, you will become the expert, but not for your immediate contacts. You will become the expert for your people's people, meaning when your new people bring their friend, family, cousin, neighbor, relative, aunt, uncle, whatever it is, coworker to you, where they are the messenger, you get to be the message. So I want you to understand this system. This is all, I'm telling you, man, there's a method to the madness. Just hold on tight. Don't let go. I promise you, you guys are going to get this, right? So for most people, the reason why a lot of the times they're standing in the way of their own success, it would be like a traffic attendant in the middle of the street, literally not directing traffic, just being like, come and get me. right? So, and it's like, no, no, your job is to direct traffic and get out of the way of the oncoming stuff. Now, you need to do it though in a specific way. And if you do it in this specific way, I'm telling you, you can move mountains through this and move very quickly as long as you don't get stuck on one of the main issues that people have, which is that they're super attached to who gets it and who doesn't, and the speed at which somebody understands it. I'm going to say this again. People are very attached. And when I say people, I mean me too. I was that person. Like almost everybody goes through this phase. And I wish there was a way for me to like pluck this out of you and just so you didn't have to experience some of this frustration or pain, but it's sad because you have to go through it. Now, the good news though is if I tell you it's coming, and then you experience it, you're like, oh, well, you knew what he was talking about. And then you'll go, okay, maybe I should pay attention a little bit more the next time I get some training. Because that was me. Oh man, I experienced so much pain I didn't have to go through if I would have just been coachable in the beginning. Oh God. Anyway, so, but why this is important, and I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to do this. Like I said, people are really attached to who gets it, who sees it, who likes it, who doesn't. Their response will determine a lot of people's success in the very beginning. This is dangerous, very dangerous. And the reason why is because if you listen to the opinion of somebody else that has almost no information about something, as an expert, then we need to check up from the neck up. Like we just need to make sure that we are actually being responsible here in our opinions. Okay. And what I mean by that is you know more about Viago than the person you're introducing. The fact that somebody could tell you they know more about this is wild, right? On how this experiences. Your job, though, is to get people from not knowing to see it for themselves. I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to beg. I'm not even here to sell. All right. So I'm here to share an amazing club, community, and membership with everybody. Does that mean is everybody going to be interested? And the answer is no. The problem is we don't know who is and we don't know who isn't. All right. So this is where we get paid and a lot of money to go out there and find out. So what we are is we are professional sorters. Sorters, S-O-R-T, sorters. We're referrers. Referrers? Is that a word? I don't think that's a word. I'm pretty sure that's not a word. All right. So I'm gonna it's a word now. It's a word now, all right? So it's a Jesse word. Yeah, it's a JMac word. Referrers. Anyway, you guys get it. The idea behind it is very simple. Is again, you are not the message, you are the messenger. Now, how can we translate this to something that is simple as an analogy for us to understand so we don't get caught up in some of the things that most people get caught up in the beginning and find themselves in these kind of arguments a lot of the times, where I found myself being super frustrated with people because it made so much sense to me. I didn't understand why it didn't make sense to people. When I called them and I tried to explain everything that I saw to them, which was the main problem in the very beginning, is this. Your job is not to be the movie. Your job is not to be the artist or the chef or whatever it is. Simple examples. If you go to a good restaurant and I'm in your city and I'm going, hey, where should I eat? And you recommend a restaurant to me. And I start asking you crazy stuff like, well, how many people work there? Um, what was the revenue last year? How many ingredients do they have? I'm gonna be like, I don't know, they make good burgers. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, what do you the burger's good, go eat the burger, right? Now, if I said, well, why don't you make it for me? That's not my job. Like, you see how that'd be weird, right? So if I said, this is great, I enjoyed this, please go here, check it out, see if you love it as much as I do. If I love the burger so much, you know what I might do? I'll go with you. We can go have it together. Now, I'm not going to go home and try to remake the meal. That's silly. It's the same thing with movies. If you see a great movie, right? So, and you go home, what do we do? We're like, oh my God, I saw the best movie ever, right? So you're not going to go home and reenact the movie, right? And if you do, stop it. It's not like that's not a good idea, right? So don't tell them the ending. Like you don't want to ruin it for them. Now, here's what's amazing about this. A lot of times you get people caught up in the words that they say, right? And I understand why, because at the very beginning we feel tongue-tied and we don't know what to say. Here's one thing I would recommend is this is just whatever you're doing is enthusiasm and excitement is going to go a long way. And what I mean by that is you don't even have to speak full sentences to get somebody excited about something. So, have you ever like you got back from like and they were like, "Well, how was the steak at this, maybe you went to this restaurant. It was like, "How was the steak?" And you were like, "Whoo, girl, I can't eat. Let me whoo." How many guys agree it's a good steak, right? I said nothing. Nothing. I said no coherent words out of my mouth. You guys get this is why people say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you pick up the phone and you say everything immaculately correct, and I'm calling my friend Greg because I can see Greg there. How you doing, Greg? So and I call up Greg and I'm like, hey Greg, so I'm really excited to share with you something that it's been life changing for me. And I just thought maybe you would want to. You guys see how we're like, he's like, have you been kidnapped? Are you okay? Press 9. You know what I mean? Like, so there, it's just, we're going nowhere, even if I said all the things correctly. So it's not happening. What is happening though is some enthusiasm and some excitement. Now, here's the thing that most people get caught up on is they feel like they're going to capture everyone, and you won't. You're just not going to. You're not going to capture everybody's interest. You're not going to capture everyone's excitement. So this goes into, before I give you some of these tips, what falls back on the biggest issue that most people have in the beginning is the response they get, positive, negative, slow, fast, and how people react or respond to you inviting them to take a look at Viago. Now, again, you are not the expert. You're not the chef. You're not the mastermind. You're not the creator of it. You are a member. I am a member of Club Viago. That's what I am, right? Now, I'm fortunate to be on the side of understanding a little bit more, but I want you to think about it as a brand new person. I'm trying to put myself in the perspective of a brand new person that just you're looking at this today and you're just getting started. And I want to get a free membership and get this knocked out in the next 3 days, right? So how do I do that, right? And what I want to do is this is going like, look, hey, I found this incredible membership I'm really excited about because I want my 2026 to be wildly better than my 2025. I've got huge goal. Listen, I found something I'm really excited about because I was looking for a way to have a much bigger and better 2026 and 2025, and I think I found it, and I'd love to share it with you. I'm going to say that again because this could be your invitation. Is this the only invitation? No, right? I could call up Greg and be like, Greg, listen, you want to get rich? Get on this Zoom, 2 o'clock, Monday. Let's go. That could work for Greg because if Greg wants to get rich, that could work, right? So if I called to my friend and be like, "Hey, remember that time that you borrowed $100 from me? I think I found a way for you to pay me back. I need you to be on Zoom on Tuesday, right?" So listen, the reason why I'm saying this is some of us are so caught up in, well, what do I say? You're just inviting. That's it. You're inviting somebody to take a look at something great. And if somebody gives you a weirdly harsh reaction to you inviting them to take a look at a club that could potentially give them an incredible benefit, that's them. It's not you. And that's okay. People are allowed to not like things. Do you know there are people who don't like chocolate? I mean, come on. Like, what's wrong with those people, right? So now I don't go, well, maybe chocolate isn't that good. You guys get what I mean? I'm like, that's, you're missing out. If somebody gives me a hard pass, hard no, uninterested or whatever it is, I don't go, oh man, well, Viago must not be as good as I thought it was. I just go, man, their loss. And that's cool, right? Maybe they'll come around later from seeing your experiences. Because unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are living life not through a aspect of what can happen. There's a lot of people running out there that are looking for what's wrong in everything. You guys know, it's they're finding fault like there's a reward for it. Like you get a special prize or a sticker, and it's like, what do you? what are you doing? Right? So, and I know I'm a little off topic here, slightly, but it's all involved in this same process of inviting. Inviting, for the most part, is a mindset. And the mindset is this: I'm going to invite a lot of people to take a look at this. Not everyone is going to look and not everyone's going to be interested, but I don't know who this is going to change their life. And I got to get through more than I probably thought to get a few that say yes. So I like looking at it like in the simple invitation. So I'm going to say the invitation again because I said it fast and I want to say it again. Hey, I'm really excited. I'm really genuinely, and if you're not genuinely excited about our membership, like like you should be like I mean, what you're going to be able to get, like planning out your 2026. Right now, here's the interesting thing: you're going to run into what we call haters. How many of you guys know some people that are haters? They're just automatic no's. They're negative. That's totally cool. Guess what? Their 2026 is going to suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, if you are going into it going, that'll never work. Let me tell you all the reasons why that's silly and stupid. Like, you got to know that's what's coming for their 2026. Is that if your whole outlook is we're doomed and it's doomed and it's doomed and we're doomed and we're doomed, it's like, well, no wonder doom shows up in your world, right? So, and they're like, well, they have a New Year's resolution, which is baloney, for about 2.5 days usually, right? That they go into it because they don't have a plan, they don't have a vehicle, or they don't have a community of people around them that's going to hold them accountable to the things that they said they're going to do. See, I love Sherry. Like, Sherry's the velvet hammer because she's super sweet, but she'll smack the crap out of you and be like, remember when you said you were going to go out there and achieve your dreams? Did you mean that? Or are you really going to tell your kids that you decided that this obstacle was more important than their freedom? And you're like, oh my God, like, Sherry, be nice to me. But I mean, you are, but holy cow, right? So, because she's going to be that person that's going to be a stand for you of saying that you are bigger than this stupid obstacle. And what I mean by that is you are bigger than the people who don't see a bigger future. When somebody you invite throws you off track because they're super negative about something, I'm okay with that. I don't need everybody to like everything. I don't need everybody to like Viago. I'm not looking for everybody. I'm looking for people who want something better, who want something more, who see the opportunity to go out there. So, invitation is this: I'm super excited about something that I found that I believe is going to make my 2026 the best year ever. And I want I would see if you see what I saw. I want to see if you see what I see because I'm going to Dubai in February. Do you want to come? I'm going to Bali in March. Do you want to come? I'm going to look. I am not waiting any longer to go out there and start living my life. I just thought that I had to wait forever, and I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting, done contemplating. I found a way for me to be able to do it, and I'm really excited about it. And I want you to see it. Now, why is this important? Because I found something I see as valuable to me. I found something that I see as valuable to me, and I'm excited to see if you think it's valuable to you. I don't know if it's going to be valuable to you. The only way to determine that is for you to try it. Hey, this burger I think is the best smash burger in Phoenix, Arizona. I love it. I think it's amazing. If you like burgers, you like burgers? Now, if I call somebody who's like, I don't eat meat, I'm not going to be like, well, I guess the burger sucks. You know what I mean? If I call somebody that's like, I'm a vegetarian, and then it's like, I'm not going to be like, well, forcing it down her throat. You guys like, that's stupid. I'm just gonna be like, well, do you know anybody who eats meat? Right? So what about your brother, your cousin, your husband, your kids? Do they eat meat? Cool. Let's go with them. Right? And we go there. Now, if we experience it and you like it the way that I like it, then we can also introduce more people to this. That's as simple as it is. When people get this thing like, oh, so overcomplicated, right? So, and what we're doing is just inviting to say, look, I found something I'm very excited about and passionate about, and I want you to see it. Now, here's where the resistance comes in, right? So, here's where most people get a level of resistance. People believe that if they come take a listen or look at something and they're not interested, they don't have the space to say no. This is where you're going to get a lot of people that are resistant towards looking. Why? Because they've been victim of a meeting before. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? Right? So they're a victim of something. They went to something and they were said it was very nonchalant, no big deal. And then they got there and it was a big deal if they weren't interested. Right? So here's the thing is this is now I'm not saying you're going to be soft in your invitation. I am very, 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 very soft, I would say, when it comes to once somebody's seen the information, if they like it or not. If I feel like I got to convince you after you've seen this information that you should join our club, we're not the same. Now, if you have a resistance, and what I mean by that is if you're trying to come up with a reason not to do it, versus you have an issue, maybe money's the problem, maybe time's the problem. Maybe if you have an objection, let's talk about that. Let's see what we can do to move you through that, right? But in the beginning, I'm looking for people that are going, yes, man, I'm looking for something more. That's what I'm out there looking for. So if somebody gives you this, so I got this, let's say I'm inviting Shar, I'm inviting Rika, and they're like, well, I don't know, whatever it is. Here's how I would approach this and how I approach this with many of the people I know. Look, I'm not attached to you joining me. I'm not attached to you joining. And I've been used 100% unattached. I'm 100% unattached to you joining, but I'm 100% attached to you seeing it. I'm going to say that again. This one line has probably made me a couple $1 million. And the reason why is because one of the guys that was not looking, the reason he was not looking is because he was afraid that if he came and looked and he wasn't interested, I was still going to pressure him. So I told him, I was like, look, I just want you to see it for yourself. I can't be the one to explain it to you the way that it really needs to be explained. I need you to do this. Listen, I am not attached to you joining me. I'm not attached to you joining me, but I am really attached to you seeing it. So like, can we get it over with? Right? So can we just do that? Because then we'll be good. Right? I'll be good. Because I will not rest and feel satisfied. I won't feel like you don't know what you're saying no to yet. I'm okay with you saying no. I'm okay with you saying yes. I'm okay with you saying hell no. I'm okay with you saying hell. I'm okay with every response you have, but I'm not okay. I'm not okay with you not seeing it and telling me you're not interested in something you haven't seen fully. And I can't be the one to share it with you. You got to see it this way. Because I'm new. I don't look. I'm not the expert, bro. You've got to see this from this standpoint so that way you can see. And once you do, if you say not for me, no problem. I won't bring it up again. But you got to see it. This is what helped me get more people to take a look. Because again, I am not the messenger or the message. I'm the messenger. I found something incredibly beneficial that I see, and I want to see if you see it. So I hope this is making sense. Now, how long did these conversations take? Not long, not long. So I love leading, by the way, with availability. I'm going to give you one last tip here, and then Sherry, I'd love for you to share some of, your favorite, kind of do's and don'ts here a little bit here, but also, um, you know, uh, you've seen, I don't even, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people get started in this space. And it's obvious that there are some differences between those I don't mean those that who never do anything. I mean those that attempt to start and those that actually get started, what the difference is between those that really actually go for it and those that don't. I'm always curious what you saw. But leading with availability. I like this because it cuts right to the chase. And what I mean by that is if I send you a text, let's say the Zoom is at 3 p. What's the first Zoom on Tuesday, Sherry? Do you know what time the first Zoom is? I think it's at
It-
two at
At
noon.
5 o'clock Pacific time
No,
in,
there's an earlier one. Isn't there more?
Shar does one
Pacific time.
Shar does one at 4 o'clock Pacific time.
On
On
the Blitz.
Tuesdays.
On the Blitz though.
Oh, on Blitz, we're starting at 9 a.m. Pacific
9
time.
a.m. Yeah. Right. So this Tuesday, because we're doing a blitz all day, the last day of the month, basically, right? Or last Tuesday, the day before the end of the month. We're doing a blitz like all day, right? So 9 a.m. Doesn't matter. 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whatever it is. Right. So say it's 9 a.m. If I text my buddy Greg and I was like, hey Greg, are you free for about 30 minutes to be in front of your computer at 9 a.m. on Tuesday? And if he says sure, then I can then invite. So I checked availability first. This is something I like to do. Do you have to do this? No, but it's a good in because it's an easy thing. It's as straight to the point, right? Hey, Greg, are you available for 30 minutes to be uninterrupted in front of your computer or uninterrupted in front of your phone for 30 minutes on Tuesday? If I text him that, I could call him or I could same thing over the phone, right? And he says, no, I'm at work. Okay, cool. I don't need to say anything else. He's not available. Now, here's what I found out. If you don't respond and they say they're unavailable, guess the next question they're going to ask you. Why? What's going on? Like almost always, right? And say, well, listen, you're not free, so don't worry about it. However, what about what's your schedule during the day on Tuesday? Because then I might be like, well, are you free at noon? Because I know that's the next Zoom time. Or are you free at 4? Or are you free at whatever it is? So once I'm doing this is I'm checking availability first. So because if I just go invite, 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 Greg could say I'm busy. Busy might be an excuse, but if I find availability first, he can't say I'm busy because he just said I'm free. Now, one of my favorite things, Greg, if Greg responds, why? What's going on? Why? What's going on? Something like that, right? Why? What's up? My favorite thing is that, hey, if you're free, I'll let you know. If not, don't worry about it. This is my favorite text. All right. If you're free, I'll let you know. If not, don't worry about it. Then, because again, if Greg's free, cool, let me invite. If Greg is not free, why am I spending time inviting Greg when he's not available? Right? I need to be inviting Shar, Donna, Sherry, Willie, Rick. I need to be inviting the next person that is available because I'm trying to get my 6. All I'm going to do is I'm going to sort through this deck. I'm going to find some people that are interested in what I'm doing. Some are going to say yes, some are going to say no, some are going to be negative, some are going to be weird, some are going to be distant, some are going to ghost you, some are going to join the witness protection program. Some of them are going to say, I'll see how you do first. Some of them are going to say, I'll wait till I get my tax return. Some of them are going to say, let's wait till 2026. Let's wait till the kids are out of summer and the sun and the moon and the stars align and blah, 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 blah. They're going to wait, whatever. You're going to get all of that. And I don't care. Don't care. Right now, what I don't mean I don't care about them. What I mean is I don't care who says yes, who says no, who says maybe, who says kinda, who says sorta. That is not my job to make decisions for people. My job is to show people what Viago is and then collect a decision. That's my job. And if I do a good job of doing that, I'm going to find those people. Now, here's the challenge. I'm telling you guys, is the big one, man. You got to invite the next person with the same level of enthusiasm as you did the very first person, even though the last 4 or 5 said no, maybe, why are you doing that? Whatever it is. That's not easy. It's not. So when people say this business is easy, I disagree. I think the business is simple, but I don't think the business is easy. And the reason why is because like lifting weights is simple. It's not easy, right? In fact, the only way you grow muscles is break them, right? So it's a simple task, right? Like even if you're doing reps, if you count wrong, that still works. You'd be like 9, 4, 3. You could be that silly of not know how to count, but you can still get the reps in. It's kind of the same thing with us. Like even a busted clock is right twice a day. You could be so bad at this and still find people because what we have is so great, even if you messed up everything you said. So listen, I'm super excited about something that I see for 2026 for me of having, because I was literally looking and praying for something because I don't want a repeat of 2025. I want something bigger. I want something more. I think I found something and I want you to check it out and take a listen. Are you free at this time? No? Cool. No worries. What about this time? No? No worries. What about this time? Well, just tell me about it. No, I can't. I don't want to ruin it for you. Right? So I don't look, it's like a good movie. All right. It's like a good restaurant. Just trust me. It's worth 20 minutes of your time. Right? So, and oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I'm not attached to you doing anything. I'm not attached to you joining. But I'm very attached to you seeing it. So listen, I have wasted more than 20 minutes of your life on stuff far less important than this. Listen, let me steal 20 minutes of your TikTok stupidity. All right. Let me spend 20 minutes of your Instagram scrolling, doom scrolling. Let me just in 20 minutes, I promise. Yeah. So it'll be worth your time. If it's not, I'll buy you a coffee. right? So these are simple things here to let you know, again, what's your role? Your role is to invite people to see something, to see if they see what you see. And when you get a chance to get enough people to see that, now you're going to have to go through more people than you think, for sure. It's just part of the game. Some are going to say yes, some are going to say no, some are going to wait, and you're going to have waiters that are going to wait a long time. Some will wait a week, some will wait a month, some will wait years, right? So, and that's again, you go out there with enthusiasm, passion, determination, drive, and connection with people and letting them know how passionate you are about what it is we're doing as a club, as a community, as a membership, because you want more and sharing your excitement for that. All they need to know is, hey, I'm going on this journey. Do you want to go with me? And the reason why I'm so excited is because I see people that are already on the journey and it's really working well for them. And I'm excited for my 2026 to look like their 2025. Because my 2025 did not look like their 2025. Because I'm watching their videos, their pictures, their community, the places they went to in 2025. And I'm like, man, that's what I want. And so I'm super excited to be around that. So, Sherry, I know I've been jibber jabbering for quite a while on this subject, but I really would love to get any other final questions before we head into this, or final thoughts as we head out on our Saturday scoop.
Jesse, thank you so much. And you know what? I love the direction you went, because being that we do have time to help people at least get qualified, and because to some of you, this may seem too far away. I don't, oh gosh, I can't see it. This is what happens when you have green screen, but it's my certificate for Club 6. That may seem too far away for some of you that are brand new that are on this call. Getting qualified is when you have one person that you sign up on your left side of your business and one person on the right. That is the most primo real estate in your business. You have to look at that when you're offering that to somebody. See, I look at it as I'm choosing who gets those top. It's like oceanfront property that they get to build their home on. So when you're looking at this of who you want to have that top 2 positions, that's valuable. You're not in the begging business, and I want to stress this really. A lot of times when people get involved, they think they have to beg people to join them. No, if you have to beg them to join your business, you're going to have to beg them to get trained. You're going to have to beg them to do everything. And it's too much work. There are billions of people on this planet. You know, and I want to go back to 1987, which some of you weren't even born yet, which is kind of cute. But for me, back in 1987, when a friend called me up, just the same as what Jesse was sharing with you, he was enthusiastic. He would not listen to no about me seeing his presentation. And after 30 minutes, because I had already been drug into an Amway presentation. I don't know if any of you ever have done that. They don't let you out of their house without you buying something. Like literally, that was my experience of network marketing. And I remember being invited over for dinner. All of a sudden, we're done with dinner. Out comes a whiteboard and they start drawing circles. I have no clue what they're doing. But the last thing I do remember is I walked out of their house with a box of detergent under my arm going, I will never do this to my friends. I will never, ever do this to my friends. So I was anti-network marketing. So maybe your friends have had the same experiences as Sherry Sharman. So maybe you don't know what they've seen in the past. Maybe they failed. They didn't have success. For me, I got started in November 1987 and went to the top of the company my first year. From being a preschool teacher, single mom, and my mom can document everything I'm saying here. And what was crazy is they told me, when I saw this industry, my friend said something to me because I kept telling them no, because I had that picture, box of detergent under my arm, walking home, going, I'll never do this. So that is what I was hearing. Everything he was saying, he was doing all the alternative closing questions and all this stuff. He was trained. But you know what he finally said to me? That got me to take a look at what he was doing, that changed the whole direction of my life and my legacy with my family. He said this, he says, Sherry, based on our friendship, why wouldn't you give me an hour of your time? Whoa, I don't know about you, but friendship is one of my highest values. Having my circle of people around me they're my family. They're not just friends, they're my family. And when you have that kind of relationship with people, when he said that, I'm like, all right, fine. Not only did I get up in the morning and it was raining, and by the time I got to my car, because I didn't have a garage that I could pull my car into, by the time I got in my garage, my hair was soaking wet. I go to the place because it was a restaurant. This is how we met people back in this day, back in the late 80s. What happened was I'm at a stoplight, and Mom remembers this very clearly. I'm at a stoplight getting ready to go meet my friend, and it was a 2-on-1. And if you've never been in the industry, a 2-on-1 is when the person who invited you has their upline there also to present to you. So here I am in line, getting ready I'm 2 blocks from the restaurant, and I'm at a stoplight. And I don't know if any of you in the rain have ever heard those brakes squealing behind you, and you're going to get hit. And I look in the rearview mirror, and this guy is coming straight at me, and his brakes went out. Hit me, plastered the back of my car, pushed me out into the middle of the intersection, and I had a decision to make right then. Did I have a good excuse not to show up? I'm in the rain, the cop is there, the whole thing, and I made a decision, and thank God I made this decision because I wouldn't be here in front of all of you right now. I made a decision to go anyway. I was 2 blocks away. I could have turned away. Some of you had a decision this morning. You could have stayed in your warm bed and not got on this call, but you made a decision to get here. That's why I'm so excited. And I love all of you that have got your cameras on, because it means the world to me to be able to see your faces the last Saturday of 2025. But when I got there, I'll tell you, I sat and I was open-minded. It changed the whole direction of my life. And then when they said to make a list of 10 people that you want to introduce to this, my number 1 person was the lady that's on this call who birthed me almost 73 years ago. And she said no. Not only did she say no, my mom, who I counted on was going to be my first yes, said no, and she's on here to document that. And I know she's laughing right now. I can't see her, but I know she's laughing. But she said no. All the other 9 people said no. But thank gosh, this getting started in that business was $5,000, not $500. I couldn't quit. I mean, Jesse, when you have that kind of investment, it keeps you locked in. And that's why for some people in this business, it's too easy to quit. There's not a big investment. But see, the investment is your mind. It's your mindset. How are you going to do? Are you going to go to the 11th and 12th person? And thank God those 2 people said yes. And it wasn't this amazing binary. It was a breakaway, a stair-step breakaway, and it was hard. And you had to do $5,000 every single month. Rika's laughing because she was there too, doing the same thing. To qualify for your check, you had to do $5,000 every single month to get your check. And I look back and I think, you know what? That was good grooming for me. That was a good boot camp. Because when if people quit at $99 for their business a month, they're never going to be multimillionaires in this industry. I look for people that are like Jesse and Mazaffer, who for over a year, they didn't make money in this industry, but they stuck with it. You look for people that have the mindset that they believe they can become that black diamond position. It may take them 5 years. But tell me what they're doing right now that has the opportunity to make $1 million residual income a year. That's why I love this industry so much, because the only way you can succeed in our industry is by helping others. And I say this all the time, and many of you've heard me say it before, but I think imagine what the world would be like if the only way you could get a promotion in your company or in this world is by helping others. I mean, every time that Willie speaks, he touches my soul because he shows up and he's always on camera. And if he's not on camera, which he sent me a message the other day, and he said, I apologize to you and Mazafar for not being on camera. He said, I'm having a bad day. This man deserves that kind of grace. And when you look at the people that we have in our company, we have some of the most kindest, most amazing people I've ever seen in my career in this community. And that is why we work so hard. That is why we show up. And for all of you that are on here, you know, I want to leave you one last thought. If you knew 1 year from now that you were making $10,000 a month residual income, how hard would you work? How many times would you ask people, you know, to show up on calls? How many invitations would you give out? How many times would you show up for training? And for some of you brand new right now, you have an opportunity to get trained next month for Playbook, which is one of my favorite trainings because it gives you the plays on how to become successful in this industry by people that have made 7-figure incomes. So when you look at that, you're not getting trained by somebody who wants to become a millionaire. These are people that have earned that right to be able to call themselves a millionaire. So when you look at this, go, okay, I'm going to sign up today. I'm going to work as hard as I can to get that Club 6 done, so that I don't have to pay a membership. But if I at least get my 2 done before the end of the month, I'm doing good. Then we go to work. We go to work like we've never worked before. You show up and you put that jersey on, put that Viago jersey on, and let's hit the field together. And we're going to train, and we're going to train, and we're going to play, and we're going to help not only you become successful, but everyone you introduce to us. That's our goal. See, there are a lot of people on this call that are in different sales organizations in Viago. But one of the things we believe in is cooperative marketing, that we all work together, that we build Viago first. Because Viago is going to be a household name, guaranteed. Whether you do this business, whether you sign up or not, we will be. That is why I came out of retirement to do this. And I believe that this time next year, every one of you could not only rank up, but help others. And that's what we're doing. So I'm already registered, and my husband and I are registered for Playbook in Phoenix, Arizona. I get to share the stage with the Good Life trainers. This is my coming out party. So come join us. We're going to be celebrating like crazy. Then we're going to Dubai. We're going to the Playbook in Dubai also. Several of us on this call are already registered for that. Then I'm already registered for the registering for the Philippines for Lillian Young's boot camp for transformation. You know how many transformational trainings I've been in my career? But it's just like Jesse started out the call when he talked about, you know, what are you doing with your life? Are you looking into memories? Are you looking into the future of what you can do? Memories are important, having core memories, but guess what? Every year you have an ability to have new ones. So let's go make those happen. And on Tuesday night, we were going to spend a lot of time on goal setting today, but we decided to do it on Tuesday. For all of you that are on here, Jesse will be breaking down goal setting in a way that he did in Barcelona, which I'll tell you, there was a woman there, her name is Helen, she's from Africa. She had just gotten her award with beautiful flowers and on stage for hitting the rank of diamond. Jesse taught goal setting, and her team was there. And guess what? In 30 days, and I know Gigi's on this call, and Mark and several other people from the Netherlands. They got to meet Helen, but she in 30 days, because her team was trained, went to the level of Blue Diamond in just 30 days. So that is why I'm going to be in Phoenix and I'm going to be in Dubai, because we believe the best trained team wins. So thank you, Jesse, for your time today. Thank you for everyone that's joined us. We appreciate you. Let's send some love to everybody on this call, letting you all know that you matter. And back to you, Jess.
Oh, I love it. So, guys, that's our Saturday scoop for you. I don't think we can land on a better note than that. Sherry, thank you so much for your your wisdom, you know, uh your generosity and your belief. You don't it's like you don't have to do this. You could just be enjoying life, but you work so hard just because you want to see as many people as you possibly can have a life that they truly love. And I'm super, 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 super grateful for you this year and everything we're doing to close this out. So, guys, she did say something that is amazing. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. The one thing though is this, it's like there's so much time left between now and the end of the month. So I would say is this is, don't let your foot off the gas. Run through the tape. Finish this year off strong. Head into the new year with momentum. Don't head into the new year with a hangover. Right? So head into the new year with some excitement, with some drive, with some determination. So and all that. And and here's the thing, we aren't looking to ultimately we know that the activities will create the results. Now, in the very beginning of your business, if you're brand new, we're not attached to your result, but we are attached to your actions because we know that the right actions will lead to the right results. So what I want is on January 1st, when you pick up your head and see where the chips lie, here's what I want you to do. Be proud of your work. Be proud of your work. Hey, I did it. I did the invites. I invited more than I thought that I could. I made that extra phone call. I made that extra invitation. I made that extra, that extra push or that extra follow up. I pushed myself. I got out of my comfort zone a little bit to where when you go, you know what? Hey, I'm proud of the work that I did. Regardless of where the chips lie, because I promise you, because when you do that and you do that consistently, that's how you're going to win in 2026. So let's go out there and make these next 3 days really count. I can't wait to see you guys on Tuesday night of our last training of 2025, which is going to be a lot of fun for us. But utilize the system, utilize these invitation ideas, use these concepts. But let's go get excited. Like, literally, some of you guys are like, well, I don't want to get too excited. I want you to get too excited. Look, you're like, well, I might scare some people away. For sure, for sure. But if you scare somebody away from being too excited, okay, here's the thing I can tell you. You might scare 1 out of 10 away from being too excited, but you won't capture 9 out of 10 if you're not excited enough. I would rather you err on the side of going, Jesse's got a screw loose. There's something wrong with that kid today. I would rather you err on that side than on the, yeah, I'm excited about something. You should take a look. Like, I would rather you err on the side of people going like, he's on one. Like, what is going on? I'd rather people go like, what? Like, he's got an extra pep at his step, right? What did he get for Christmas? And be like, I got Viago for Christmas. What did you get? Right? So like, I got, listen, I'm trying to like Viago's the gift that keeps on giving, and people are like, what? Whoa, like what? Like I want people to go like, what is he on? Maybe I need some of that. Like I want them to feel your excitement, your enthusiasm, your passion, your energy, and the reason why is because we need to pull some people out of their own negative gravitational pull. A lot of people have this negative gravitational pull from 2025, and we need to slingshot their ass out of that and get them into 2026 and just go, look, let's go. Like, stop it. Stop with the division. Stop with the negativity. Stop with the devil's advocate. Stop, stop, stop. We ain't doing that. No, here's where we're going. This is what we're doing. Now, if you want to be a party pooper, go sit in the corner. That's fine. I'll come check on you and see if you're still pooping, but but stop it. Like, let's go. Let's go. All right. Come on. And I'm telling you, if you get that energy about you, All right. You're going to have some people. Now, they might still be sitting in the corner, but they're going to be watching you. And when they watch you, and they watch you in Phoenix, Arizona, and they see you crossing the stage, and then they see you in Dubai, and then they see you in Bali, and then they see you doing these things, and they see you living the life, you will be the example that one of two things that they will continue crying about their circumstance, or you will provide for them proof. Be the proof that other people need to show them it's possible for them because you went to live your life on purpose. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. J Mac, signing out. Bye for now.